Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and it is your 2026 love forecast. So this reading is really sort of projecting forward for the year. I'm going to start by pulling from Fortune Oracle. Let's see what comes through for you. 7, card number 7. I love the spirituality of that. It's a good luck number. Cracker. Like fireworks, right? Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune await. So like, right? Something popping off in a good way here for you, Aries. So it says, this is a rather auspicious card. Personally, you're on fire. And there is an explosion of positive energy surrounding your aura. This card will deliver much excitement, and good news is also likely. Offers may come in professionally, so dress to impress at every opportunity. You will feel on top of the world, and everyone will want to be near you. Celebrations are waiting, so get out your glitzy gear for all those social get-togethers and be prepared for plenty of action. Travel is also a potential highlight for this time too, so go for gold. In your relationships, the uplifting vibe you have will attract many admirers. Love is sizzling for singles. Attractions and passions will run riot. Accept any and all invitations so you are at the right place at the right time to meet that special person. New friendships will also be made, but watch for overindulging in too much food or alcohol. This will dampen your positive energy. Let your golden aura shine brightly, and everyone will want to be close to you. So, Aries, come on now. You've got a real electric year ahead of you. And it is going to be one of those kinds of years. It's a 10-year, right? 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 6 is 10. And 0 drops off and we reset. So we're completing something this year. And I feel like you're going to be experiencing a huge sense of relief and excitement, like as if, you know, you're stepping out on the town, but in the sense of it's like the whole year is, right? Like, I'm back, baby, is kind of what I feel. You're back. You're back. Everything going to be popping. So I love that for you. Positive energy, love, joy, good fortune await in all areas. So this spread, for those of you who are new, welcome. Come in the comments, introduce yourself, let me know where you're tuning in from. My name's Laura. Say hello so I can kind of incorporate your energy into the reading here. This is going to look at the year ahead. So it's a little more prescriptive for the future. We're going to talk about what you need to release first, what you might need to let go from 2025. Yeah, the Death card. Yeah, I just think it is very much an out with the old and in with the new. And I don't mean like out with old people necessarily, but this is a big phase, like you're moving, like something needs to die off. And it could be, you know, that you've just been in a real tough, dark, oppressive energy for most of 2025. And 2026 is bringing in something decidedly new and fresh and exciting. And like I said, you're back, so it's time to kind of release anything that could be your perceptions, it could be your beliefs, it could be, you know, something that isn't of use to you anymore, because there's like a rebirth happening. So allow what needs to go. This card is the whole energy for 2026. Look at you, howling at the moon. Now, the moon can sometimes be, fear. There could be some fears. But I'm feeling it more like a little bit of apprehension because you're coming out in full force. You will be far more social this year. You will likely have many up-levelings throughout 2026. And all of that can, cause us to have a moment of, oh, I don't know, I'm apprehensive. I don't know how this is going to go. Right? So expect a little bit of that, but the moon is also our emotions and our intuition. So you're really going to need to be in tune with your emotions so that you're guided to a more higher vibration of what it is you're apprehensive about instead of dropping into fear and lower vibrational energies. Brain isn't working today. What can't you see? Two of Swords. Ooh, coming towards you here. Two of Swords. This is about an important decision. And you may not be aware right now that you're going to have to make an important decision. But you will. You are going to reach a crossroads in 2026 that requires you to choose your direction. It will require you to kind of get very clear about what it is you think is best, so that you're operating from clarity that comes from within, not outside of yourself. Something for you to explore. Page of Cups. Okay. In 2026, there may be a pattern of feelings being expressed, people that kind of tell you how they feel about you, and what you're exploring is the sincerity behind those words, the actions to back them up. This could be an apology, right? An apology that comes toward you, maybe something that you feel the need to, reach out to someone yourself. So it's about what you're exploring this year is energies from the heart, messages from the heart, and do they strike you as sincere? The big lesson for you, Eight of Cups, know when to walk away. Know when to walk away. Know when something is not meant for your path. Remember, we're releasing with the release card. We're letting go of something that's like done. And I'm feeling like you've got really good energy coming your way, and so you'll be apprehensive, you'll bump up against a crossroads moment, and you'll need to explore the sincerity of the messages coming toward you, right? Like, I love you, or I care about you, or, whatever it is that is said. You'll need to, that will be the crossroads moment, right? Is this legit? Is this sincere? And the big lesson is, if it doesn't serve, leave it behind. In your next highest timeline, we have the Lover's card. This is all to say to you, Aries, that in 2026, someone you are really meant to be with may likely materialize, may be placed on your path, may come back if they're from the past. That's what we're going to look at in the extended, right? So I'm feeling like the whole purpose of the Death card, of this Two of Swords, of the Page of, like, all of these cards are connected to this moment of truth, Two of Swords, where you have to decide how you're going to play it. Are you going to play it from your old, like, no, I'm very comfortable in that, right? Because it's kind of like, sometimes we get used to things a certain way, even if they don't serve us. And it's easier just to kind of reside in something that's familiar instead of breaking through and leaving it behind. And there's the fear of the unknown. So I have a feeling it's not just apprehension. There is a little bit of fear of the unknown. What if I decide, Two of Swords, in this moment that I don't think what's being said is sincere, and so I have to leave it behind. And then all of a sudden, the blessing is you meet with this amazing person, could be a twin flame, right? And it's because you took that chance. It's because you overrode those fear impulses. Could be that you decide that, yes, I feel this person is sincere, so I'm just going to leave the past behind. Okay, so especially if this is somebody from the past and that you had difficulty with. So it's really, you have to individualize this because, it's a general. So let's go ahead and get some details. What we have here, astrologically speaking, we have Scorpio energy, we have Pisces energy, we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio in the Page of Cups. So all the water signs are here for you, Aries, plus Gemini. You're going to really struggle to release whatever it is you need to let go of, because it's going to mean that you'll be flying solo. Yeah. You'll be really sort of tempted here to kind of persevere. It's going to be a struggle, lots of confusion, maybe some emotional overwhelm as you release something from this past year, because from the bottom of the deck in your unconscious awareness, it's like, well, then I'm, here I am, I'm kind of unattached again. And that may be what provokes the apprehension and some of the fears. So let's see the moon. Devil. Hermit. Four of Wands. You know that saying, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. But I think deep inside, and that's kind of your apprehension, Am I ready to release this? Am I ready to let it go? It feels very karmic, and you may be feeling very tied to something that is almost nearly impossible for you to release. And so what may happen is you may have these periods of more of an emphasis on your own growth, right? Where even though everything's popping for you, you may need to spend some quality time really in deep reflection to gain more self-awareness, right? And what's going to kind of bubble up from your unconscious is, I would really like to pair up with someone. I would like a life partner. That is something that I really do want, and I feel very tied to something that's negatively charged in a karmic sense. And I have to release that, even though it scares me and I'm apprehensive because I don't know what's on the other side of it. So your whole year kind of has this thread running through it of overcoming your own inner demons. I almost feel like I said that to you a year ago. There's a similar energy here, if I recall. I honestly, I'm not that kind of a clairvoyant, but I did peek back at last year, just, kind of got a few clips to remind me where you were a year ago. And if I'm not mistaken, you can go back and watch it. Just go to the playlist. The devil was in your higher timeline. And so now here it is, clarifying the moon. And in that reading, I believe that devil was more about playing by your own rules, right? Instead of being limited. The devil can be limitations and restrictions, and where we've been imprinted that feels, restrictive, punishing even. So there can also be temptations with the devil. And so if you're tempted to kind of you know, stay in the energy of what's familiar to you because you fear the unknown. It may require you to sort of retreat a bit at times to gain perspective on your own motivations, right? Because what you really want is some partnership. What you can't see, Two of Swords. Yes, Ace of Pentacles, there's your Nine of Swords. That card was your release card from last year in the Lovers. Wow. So you've got a soulmate, twin flame on your path for sure. And you're going to need to make a decision that you can't see it yet, in a whole new beginning. This could be a new person. This could be someone from the past. That's what we're going to look at in the extended. I repeat myself. By the way, if you're enjoying this, please do subscribe if you haven't already. Okay? What time is it here? Yeah, 16 minutes in. I'm asking for the subscription. Like, hype, you get the drill. I want to stay here and read for you, so help me help you. Okay, this might be very anxiety provoking. All right, this whole, oh my gosh, I'm hitting a crossroads. This is a whole new beginning. And underneath, you're going to have this sense of, could this be the what? Could this be my person? Right? It's going to feel sacred. It's going to feel special. As I said, whether it's older energy or newer energy, you'll meet that crossroads, and it will kind of heighten any anxiety that you've already got going from the moon. So you can anticipate that. What do you need to explore? Page of Cups. King of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Take it one step at a time. Knight of Swords. All right. Well, I feel like there's like this energy of whoever this is, this lover's energy kind of comes in like gangbusters. King of Wands, very sure of themselves, makes a real impassioned, argument for how they feel about you, how they desire you, that they have no hesitation. Got the Page of Cups, messages from the heart. Could even be an apology for some of you, if that's due from someone from the past, who is now saying, I'm claiming this, you're what I want. And I don't have to, no second guessing, you're what I want. And this Page of Pentacles is about, taking it one step at a time. There's something more to learn here. And in your unconscious awareness or behind the scenes, there's a need for the truth, for some clarity, for something that helps you understand how this person comes about, whatever it is that they're telling you. So the Knight of Swords is going to be on a mission for the clarity so you can make this decision. I implore you, though, that the decision needs to be made from within. There isn't anything that is going to be said that will be the decider. That's not how this is meant to happen. This is, I'm sure there could be information that would be helpful for you to know to clear up any misunderstandings, especially if that, now this can be not just in your unconscious awareness. It can be playing out behind the scenes, meaning your King of Wands could come in with, some truth here to explain themselves and to offer an apology. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's information coming in, but it shouldn't be the deciding factor. You still have to get an intuitive hit in you to help you with that decision. Eight of Cups, big lesson. Queen of Wands, from your full power, the world. Ace of Wands. This is Aries energy and your full power. It could be about knowing when it's time to close a cycle and move on your way? Or is it closing out an old cycle and preparing for a new beginning? So the Eight of Cups is directional, right? It tells you, are you moving on with a clear path, right? From someone, or are you moving on with someone? Is this something new and exciting, like your oracle says, where you've learned lessons, and so you close this whole chapter and you've got this new person? Like, what is it that you're leaving behind? Is it the old energy from the past that you're going to struggle maybe to release? If that makes sense? Because it's the big lesson. It's about, if all this newness is coming in, if lessons have been learned, if it's time to turn the page, that's the big lesson, is when it's time to walk away. When Spirit says it is time to leave something behind and you put up a struggle, okay, that's the lesson, is know when to exit stage left, so that you can invite in something that's new. Also, it's very possible that this is about closing out something with this person from the past so you can start anew. But that Eight of Cups in that regard is leaving behind anything that's emotional remnants from the before times with this person, so that we have a clean slate and a new beginning, okay, that's full of desire and passion and enthusiasm and has nothing bearing any resemblance to what you were to each other before. Because in your next highest timeline, it is about the sacred connection. Wow, Tower, Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords. I feel this is a major awakening. Tower isn't always about destruction. The Tower can be a huge paradigm shift. Tower gets your attention. And I'm feeling as if, right, this is sort of like everything you ever wished for. It does feel like it shakes you up a bit, because some powerful truth is revealed. And it really is like, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted. This is what I wished for. And it's almost as if it's validation and even vindication for you releasing something that you were really reluctant and struggling and confused about releasing, right? It's like, oh, I did that, so there's a little bit of self-satisfaction on an emotional level, because you get this sort of, it feels epiphany-esque, and it sort of restructures things in an instant. This is like instant change. That's why it kind of shakes us up. So that is what I mean. It seems like it's coming in a good way. Yep, there's a King of Pentacles. That's the one that, you can count on. I feel like this is a big breakout and breakthrough year for you, Aries. Breakout and breakthrough. That's what I have for you for this part of the reading. In the extended, what I'll be looking at is this person that's going to preoccupy most of your year, are they from your past? If so, I'll talk to you about, kind of where they're coming from, what their agenda might look like, how they think about you, or their intentions or their feelings. I'll just read the story. I'll say, yep, it's from the past and here's a story. If it's not, we'll look to see if there's someone new and what that might present like. And the links to that are below. And yeah, Happy 2026. You're coming in with bells on, firecrackers going off. I'm excited for you, Aries. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and hype. And of course, leave a comment. Share your thoughts, feelings if you desire. And see you next year. Bye.